Hi, I'm Liv, and welcome back to the Book Nook. Hi guys, so my hair is big, my skin is shit, I sound like a foghorn, and it's been a while, but let's do this shit. So just keeping things on the usual loop with me. After my last video I planned on doing things more regularly, then I got a horrible stinking cold. Lovely little gift from my lovely little godson. Thanks George, could have done without that. But whatever, hauls and wrap-ups, that's just me for now. Oh well. So let's have a little look at the books I acquired in March? Where are we? Does anybody have any real concept of time anymore? It's April now. Prince Philip just died. Oh. So, books I got in March. First up, I got myself volumes 2 and 3 of Heathen. I still haven't read volume 1 yet. I was doing that weird thing where I'm holding off on reading volume 1 until I had 2 and 3 because I know I'm going to want to just power straight through. So I've mentioned Heathen volume 1 in one of my previous videos, and basically these are Viking Norse set graphic novels. I mean, hello, there's Up My Street and then there's Up My Street. Keeping it Norse, I then realised that I didn't actually have a copy of Anthony Folk's edition of the Prose Edda, so I got myself a copy of that to kind of complete my editions of prose and poetic Eddas. I don't know why I'm rolling the R's in prose when that's just a normal English word. But yeah, very excited about that. You know, I love me some Norse stuff, and I still like to read a bit of the prose and poetic Eddas every now and again, just to keep things Norse. Then the lovely folks at Granted sent me a copy of Mariana Enriquez's The Dangers of Smoking in Bed. This is a collection of short stories. I never actually got around to reading Things We Lost in the Fire. I think I've got a copy on my shelves, or I'm always meant to. And this has been doing the rounds on the old tweeters and Instagram. Wow, tweeters. I just made myself sound like a old person. So I've heard really good things about this. Dark and delicious short stories. What's not to love? Then on another one of my exciting supermarket trips, I picked up a copy of Exciting Times by Nisha Dolan. This is on the Women's Prize long list. Been meaning to read it. Picked it up before the long list was announced, so I feel a bit, I don't know, it means nothing. So I am excited to read this one. I've heard very good things about it, and I'm hoping I like it. Wow. Out of practice. Then I got myself a copy of Patricia Lockwood's No One Is Talking About This, also Women's Prize longlisted. I still always go to call it the Bailey's Prize. It's going to probably be a while before that's out of my head. This is one that I've heard mixed things about. I heard mixed things about Patricia Lockwood's Priest Daddy as well, which I never actually got around to reading, but this is a slim novel, sort of age of internet type thing. Heard mixed things, but excited to see what I make of it, because mine is the only opinion I carry every day. Then I picked myself up a copy of Night Shift by Kiara Ladner. This is one that Alice Slater has been raving about, and her and Bethany talked about it on What Page Pod. It's meant to be a banger. I'm very excited. Yeah. Sometimes less is more, and my mouth just runs away with me. Then I picked up a copy of the gorgeous looking The Lamplighters by Emma Stonex. I don't really know how to pronounce that. I seem to remember it's a pseudonym, but I don't really know how to pronounce that. Stonex? Emma? This is a book that's, I think, meant to be based on a true story about 3 lighthouse keepers who then mysteriously disappear. But that cover is just a gorge. Again, it's had really good reviews. It sounds up my street, so I'm very excited to give this one a go. Then I got myself a copy of Ry Curtis' Kingdom Tide, which is about a 72-year-old woman who I think gets abandoned in the mountains after a plane crash. I ordered this one, and then the very next day, the Dylan Thomas Prize announced their shortlist, and this is on that shortlist. And that actually means the only one that I neither own or had not necessarily intended to buy is Dima Alziat's Alligator, Another Story, so I'm definitely going to pick that one up because I've read, how many of them? 4 of them on the shortlist now, and I have this one, so why not go for the shortlist and pick up a copy of Alligator, I said to myself, so I'm gonna do that. Then the lovely folks at Fourth Estate sent me a copy of Sarah Winman's Still Life. Now you guys know how much I love Tin Man, and I'm very excited for this one. It is set during the war, and I don't historically usually love wartime set books. There've been a few exceptions, but for the most part I kind of read them and I'm a bit like, meh. But I'm very excited to give this one a go because of how much I loved Tin Man. Very excited. What more can I say? Then the kind folks over at Raven Books sent me a copy of Girl 1, which is not something that I'd actually heard of, so I was very, very grateful for this one. This seems to be a mix of The Power and The Girls, which are 2 books that I kind of enjoyed but didn't maybe overly love, and it's about a commune of people who kind of raise all these girls together, and then there's a fire on the commune and everyone gets scattered, and then it goes back to Girl 1's mother is missing years later or something like that. But very kind of Raven Books to send me this one, and hoping it's good. Also in March I picked up a copy of Steel Crow Saga by Paul Kruger, which I will talk about in my wrap-up because this is one of very few times where I ordered a book, it arrived, and I started reading it the next day. I don't often do that, and I feel like maybe in some ways that's a healthier relationship with books. You know, get a book when you actually are definitely excited about reading it and read it rather than do what I think many of us are guilty of and go, I want all of the books because they all sound really fun, and then they go on your shelves and then you're maybe not in the mood for them, and then you beat yourself up for buying so many books. Is that just me? So those are all the physical books that I acquired this month. I did also acquire some on Kindle, and speaking of Kindle, another thing that I acquired this month that I'm very excited about and thought I would share with you is this lovely, gorgeous leather sleeve for my Kindle. So I am somebody who likes to use my Kindle naked. I don't like the cases that they cover the front and it protects the screen when you chuck it in your bag, which is cool, but then when you flip it over, you've got like the furry fuzzy side on your hand, or you've got the thing like flapping around, and nobody wants that. So I'm not a huge fan of cases. I did for a little while have one that was just like a shell for it, but it just got all slippy and it was weird, and I like the texture of the back of the Kindle, so I tend to use it naked. But another thing I've got which has revolutionised my Kindle reading experience recently, and that was something I discovered after watching Literary Diversion's Trash My Kindle TBR video, and it was something that I had never thought of. Pop sockets. I have never been a huge proponent of them. I've tried them, hit and miss here and there, every now and again, every few years, but never fully got on with them. But I am now a convert, so I have now got a pop socket on the back of my Kindle, and it makes life so much easier. It means if I'm reading lying down, I don't drop it on my face, and I kind of vary between that finger or the Vulcan grip, depending on what I'm reading. So yeah, it's just to say, like, if you read a Kindle, just give it a go. It has revolutionised my experience, and plus, it's super satisfying. It's like a inadvertent fidget toy, as well as a cool, handy little reading thingamy. It's just cool. I'm that much of a convert that I've now got them on my phone as well. I have got 2 on my phone so that I can stand it that way, but also just chuck it around. I don't know. Inadvertently turned into an advert for pop sockets, but it's not an advert because I bought them myself. I didn't get sent any freebies, but feel free, pop socket. So yes, the leather case, it's just a slit sleeve because I have a screen protector on my Kindle as a matte screen protector. It's really nice, but I have that because my cat decides that he likes to, as cats do, and he knocks it on the floor and scratches it. So I had a couple of gouges in my last screen protector. So I put a new screen protector on and I thought, you know what? Sometimes when I'm putting it in and out of my bag as well, it's just getting a bit scratched and a bit scuffed up. So it's time to embrace some kind of sleeve. So I went with this, and it's just lovely. I very much like my leather goods. I'm a bit of a leather... Yeah, I don't know where that's going, but it's going somewhere dodgy. And my Kindle looks very nice in there, thank you very much. Goes very nicely with all my leather notebooks in my leather bag. I'm a leather whore. Oh, yeah, no, it went there. So the next video that I'm going to do is my March wrap-up, because we're nearly halfway through April and that's overdue. And then after that, I think what I'm finally going to do this year, and I say this year because it's something I've been meaning to do every year around my birthday, is I'm going to do a birthday best-selling books TBR. So this is where I've looked at books that were the best sellers on the month or the day or as close to when I was born. And also I think I'm going to throw in like when I was 18, maybe some like key ages, and just have a little look at like what was hot when I was born. There's a few kind of interesting names on there, some things that I've never read before, some types of things I've never read before. I'm not going to spoil it for you. So I think I'm going to do that as a TBR towards the end of April because my birthday is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. I embrace the Star Wars-ness of it because fuck it, you can't really escape it, can you? And I will read those up to my birthday, and then on or around my birthday I will post a little wrap-up about them. Just a fun little idea. Why not? It's the first idea I've had that's not a haul or a wrap-up, so, you know, embrace it. So I had toyed with trying to, like, squish into this video my wrap-up for March as well, but that ain't gonna happen. I've rambled too much with this, and there are too many books, too many books, too many books. It would just end up being a half-an-hour video, and nobody got time for that. Well, actually, we've all got time for that, because time is plentiful at the moment. Hope you guys are all doing well. I am doing okay. My mental health's been a bit hit and miss, and having had a cold has not really helped things. I started getting some momentum going with a new freelance job that I've been doing, and then I got this horrible cold, and staring at a computer screen when your sinuses are, like, all out here is just not a thing. So that kind of interrupted momentum a little bit, but I am ready and raring to go and get going some more. Not with that sentence, apparently. So I hope everyone is keeping safe and well and mentally well, physically well, whatever kind of well you want to be. You could be down a well, lassie. I hope you guys get some kind of enjoyment out of my crazy ramblings that I tend to fall into when I haven't done it for a while. It's almost like I'm warming up again and shit just comes out, and throw enough shit at a camera and some will stick. Another bookish thing that I've picked up this month, which actually is April, so I'm cheating, but fuck it, is something just for shits and giggles. So my mum, years ago, I bought her one of these, like, reading journal things where you put in all the books that you want to read, and she was filling hers out the other day, and I was like, you know what, I know I've got Goodreads, but there's something about pen and paper. So I just picked myself up a cheap A to Z notebook and I've written books on it in Sharpie, which you can't see, and now I'm actually putting all my books in there. I don't know why I'm bothered showing you this because the lighting's all weird. My voice has gone higher than Simon Cowell's trousers. Wow, there's a joke from the 90s. Although I do not alphabetise my bookshelves, I have alphabetised this, and it is quite interesting looking at the spread of author surnames, I have to say. I mean, I could just sit here and flick through most of a page of A. No, I'm not going to do that. I only have one Q, and S's are about 3 pages long. So, those are my bookish purchases this month. Not that this has to all be bookish purchases, but that's pretty much all I get. I'm going to go and blow my nose for the billionth time today and have another throat sweet, so that's what I'm doing this afternoon. Have fun, look after yourselves, see you next time for my March wrap-up. Goodbye!